working with Dana White?
I always like Dana White. You guys make us like look at we are competing, but no, I'm not. I always like Dana White. I like and I respect all the UFC fighters. And I think we can show people if we are together, we can do big things. So I'm very glad to work with Dana White and obviously everybody involved in this big fight, Turki Alashi, Netflix, Nick Khan, everybody. So I'm glad to work with this guy. So I always like him and he knows.
Similar question for Bud Crawford. You know, a lot of MMA fans, UFC fans may not have ever seen you fight before. And they might tune in because Dana and the UFC are involved. So what has it been like maybe introducing yourself to a lot of MMA fans?
Say that again.
What's it like, you know,
I don't think you did your research by saying a lot of MMA fighters haven't seen you fight before. I think that's wrong. I got a lot of friends that's been in the UFC, MMA field. Being that I got a wrestling background. When I'm at the UFC Performance Institute, I got so many UFC fans want to take pictures that know who I am, so I don't know where you got that from.
one final one for Dana. You know, for a long time you've wanted to promote boxing, you wanted to make a few changes. So I guess, what are you most excited for to introduce to boxing? Because this does kind of feel like a UFC production here at the press conference.
Well, you know, obviously, I've been talking about boxing for a long time. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for boxing. And I said it, you know, leading up to this. For this to be my first boxing match that I'm promoting is pretty surreal and incredible. And like Canelo was saying, the great thing about working on this fight, other than how epic it is and it's a once-in-a-lifetime fight, I like both of these guys. They're both really good guys. They're great to work with, so we're looking forward to it. This is going to be fun.
Question for Canelo Alvarez. Canelo, last time we did one of these press conferences, you actually ended up shoving Bud at the end of it. What exactly caused that?
I'm new in English, so your English is a little bit... Can you speak a little bit slowly? Oh, no. Got it. You know what? I didn't. He did before. He tried to welcome me back, and it just was my reaction. That's it. You know, you know what kind of fighter I am. I always try to respect my opponents, and I think he don't did them because he really wanted to do. I think Turki Alashi told him you need to do something, and he did. And now before I respect his word because he say, oh, I'm not gonna let somebody to tell me what I need to do. And he did. So, but you know me. I respect everybody, but if you fuck with me, so it's gonna be different.
Terence, is that true? Did Turki Alashi ask you to spice things up?
Turkey didn't ask me to do nothing. I didn't touch him.
You know.
Listen.
Hey, we know, buddy. We know.
First and foremost, somebody was in the room saying that I was scared of him. So I stepped to him and showed him who was the boss of this fight. I ain't scared of shit.
Hey, I never say that. Your uncle say that, not me.
I ain't scared of shit, and you gonna find that out. As you seen the last press conference,
We'll see.
when I walked you down, when you supposed to be the bigger man.
Yeah, hey, you say that because you're fighting with nobody, and you obviously look like you're a great fighter. But you're gonna find out September 13th, this is gonna be different for you.
And it's gonna be different from you as well. Question for the last fighters that you fought, they ain't on my level.
I fought everybody.
The last fighters you fought since
Everybody.
2002.
Mention me one. You mention me one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
No.
It's gonna be me.
I don't care about anybody else.
And you will see that.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stuff a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? You gonna be just like everybody else. Watch. Watch. Same shit that everybody else been saying since I moved to 147. I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stuff a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Watch.
Question for Canelo Alvarez. You both are making history with this fight, and you've been in that spot before that Terence is right now. You moved up to chase greatness. So how do you compare that spot to the one you're in now, where you're fighting the guy who's moving up to chase greatness?
I've been in his situation before, and I know, it's gonna be a good fight. Believe me, it's gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna bring my best. I know he's a good fighter, but this is just different.
Great fighter.
You see what happened when a good fighter jump up and his opponent is great fighter. So you're gonna find out.
That means you're a good fighter and B-Ball is a great fighter, right? Right? Is you a good fighter or a great fighter? Let me know.
I'm a great fighter.
So you got your ass with
You're a
good fighter, right?
You're a good fighter.
I'm saying.
But I'm great.
Okay. Well, every time you stepped up, you lost. Great fighter.
I'm not.
Question for Terence Crawford. You're daring to be great, like they say. So how do you approach not only fighting an opponent as credentialed as Canelo, but also moving up to chase greatness and dare to be great?
Listen, like I always said, I'm a big fan of Canelo. He's a great fighter, but I think I'm better. I think everything that I have inside myself, with the tools that I have, I'm capable of doing anything that I want in the ring. On September 13th, I will become the first male 3-time undisputed champion of the world. Simple.